recently, as you know, here's another thing. I had good intentions, but it didn't work out. As you know, I've been going to Facebook recently. This is a new thing for me. I'm all over Facebook. I'm just looking now, just looking. And I went to high school with a girl named Lexa. I won't even give her last name. But
you spare her.
I'll spare her. I will.
So many other classmates have had their lives ruined.
Good point. All right. Lexa Goss. Okay. Okay. And
share the pain.
Might as well. I mean, I've already gotten Karen Atwood,
Oh, that poor woman.
many times. And Lexa Goss, all of a sudden, I'm just, how you do, just doom scrolling, whatever. And it's like, oh, the stock market's about to die, and Trump is awful, and Trump is great. I see a lot of this, And there, all of a sudden, is her picture. It's like Lexa Goss, someone you might know, on Facebook. And I saw her picture.
So the people you might know section?
Yeah. And she looked great. Her picture, I was like, dang, she really looks great. So I commented, looking good, girl. And she wrote me back. That's my daughter. She's 18.
Yeah. Well, good thing she was 18.
Oh, God.
Looked just like her. I was like, cause she hasn't aged a day. I haven't seen her since our day we graduated.
What is your secret?
Well, I just said Lexa Goss, and that's you have like a profile picture, I guess.
I do. I'm aware.
You're familiar with
Yeah,
that.
I'm familiar with how it works.
So I said, looking good, girl. You look the same as the last time I saw you. She's like, I don't even know how you know that. That's my daughter. And I said, oh, okay. There we go then. That's right. In that case, that's the whole reason. I messed that up a little bit, Here's one I saw on there. If your ex was a street sign, what would it read? You ready? Train wreck ahead.
Wow.
Is that the best or what? That's Facebook for you. That's what it'll do, that kind of stuff. Train wreck ahead, dead end. If your ex was a street sign, what would it read? Park at your own risk, or men working. All of these are, you get stuff like that on there. I saw too, and this has to do with technology and aging, and I think Chris Demm saw this. Gen Z will say they'll know how old you are based on your email address. In fact, you told me recently that, like, my son never emails.
Email is old technology to teenagers and below.
I find email to be, I can't believe that it is old technology because it's such an easy, when it first came around, God, now 30 years ago or more, I remember thinking, nobody's ever going to do this. This is a nerd thing. What's your email? Email, what is that? Well, of course, now I've used it for many years, and like everybody else, but my son and my daughter, they never have any interest. They don't even know their email address. I mean, they barely even know it.
They probably have to have one for certain things.
Well, my son for school, and my daughter does as well, but my wife checks it. They don't see.
How do they correspond with their professors or teachers?
I don't know.
Is there an academic portal? Like, does each college have one?
Well, the professors do send emails in college, but my wife reads them, and she'll say to my son, "You better go check your email. Your professor of history
Can't you just read it to me?"
That's what we are now. We're reduced to on the phone. My wife reading my son's emails to. We say this generation is soft. I don't see it.
I don't know where they get that. How do they get that reputation? I
don't understand it. I don't.
And they say the parents have failed.
They call us.
Say it to your face.
Come say it to me that I don't do a good job parenting. They call us helicopter parents or snowplow parents. I told you earlier this week, my son called, "I'm out of toothpaste." My wife, "I'll put in a Target order for you. You can go. You don't even have to get out of the car. They'll bring you a tube of toothpaste."
Can they drone it? Yes. Stand outside in 3.5 minutes. It'll hold your hands out.
There will be a tube of toothpaste will be dropped.
Will drop from the sky.
Your hands. My God. Anyway, Gen Z says if you've got an email address that is such and such at hotmail.com, you old.
Well,
now the oldest though was at earthlink.net.
Jeez.
Well, some people held on to it.
I didn't even know Earthlink was still a thing.
I don't believe it is, but I think whatever it took it over, you can still have that address because you don't want to change it. You don't want to have people have to relearn your email address or whatever.
Yeah.
And then What was the other one? Well, we had Mind Spring.
We had Mind Spring for a couple of years.
And that became
like right when
Earthlink.
the show started.
Oh, yeah. And that was like, here's a free account for you. We're all going Mind Spring. Oh, AOL. If you're such and such at AOL, young people know you old. And they don't, they're just like, good Lord, look at this. Even Gmail seems to be one everybody has.
I think everybody has a Gmail.
It's definitely the most popular.
Yeah. My wife.
Is Yahoo still a thing?
There's Yahoo still out there for sure.
You can get a Yahoo email.
Absolutely.
Gmail, when that first came around, my wife thought it was like, I don't know, somehow, like, because we had always had one that was at AOL or whatever cable company was providing the internet. And so when Gmail came around, she goes, this just makes you look so pedestrian if you have a Gmail account. I was like, I really think I think that's okay.
Yeah.
And now everybody has a Gmail account.
So that's another way to date you.
Well, Yahoo
it's like rings on a tree.
Yes, and Yahoo was another one. They said, if you've had a Yahoo address, like one guy said, I had a Yahoo address for 22 years. My son says, man, that makes you look old.
We had a buddy, and his was at Juno. Remember Juno?
Yes, Juno. That's right. God.
I don't know if he still uses that or not.
Juno and even Hotmail and AOL. That really dates you. That's true. So you're a Gmail?
Yes, I made my first Gmail account. Our teacher made us in 2009. I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
And I still have that one to this day.
Really?
And I was my first initial and then my last name, I was the 9th one.
Yeah. Yesterday, you were the ninth. So you're the ninth person to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, with that combination of letters.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I was early adapter.
Early on to it, right? There's probably 900 now.
Probably.
Yesterday, some music was playing. I was at the gym, and whatever music was playing, the woman in charge of the class. If you don't know, I go to these class workouts. Chris Timm says I need to be ordered around by women in spandex, which may be true. There is something to that. They're women wearing.
You like being bossed around by females.
Strong women. I've got a strong woman in my life who tells me what to do, and I do everything she says. Well, anyway, some song was playing. I don't even know what it was, and she said over the loudspeaker, "Doesn't this take you back to playing Mario Kart with your friends?"
Ooh.
She's like, back in the day, playing Mario Kart with the friends, and I was just like, no.
Who with what?
Mario Kart.
Who's a what now?
I just was like, I couldn't even relate to that at all. She's like, playing Mario Kart with your siblings and your friends, and some people in her age. She's like, they're like, yeah, woo, and I am just like completely lost.
I'm lost.
And she was doing that as a throwback. That was her thing for going back in time.
Treadmill 5 is lost.
Treadmill 5 is wandering. You're just wandering around in circles at this point. I had no idea what she was talking about. This will be talking. You're of an age, too, if you know. I saw this news break today. It's health related, but it's good. They have discovered by accident that if you get the shingles vaccine, which I've had, you had the vaccine. I know you had the shingles.
I've had both.
Yeah. This is what people talk about. Last night on the pickleball court, this is when you get to a certain age. Last night conversation was, "These guys get your shingles vaccines yet?"
When's your hip replacement?
That's how it started.
Yeah.
I said my drilling partner's getting his hip replaced. Like, oh man, another one bites the dust, And
well, he'll be on the shelf for a while.
Yeah. And one guy's like, man, when I had mine done, I was out 10 weeks. Like, oh man. And then it was, y'all had your shingles vaccine yet? Because I know a guy that got shingles, and you do not want that. And then I said, well, I know a guy that got shingles. That's Chris Demm. And what they've discovered is the shingles vaccine, they believe, reduces your risk of dementia by 20 to 25%. But only less than 40% of people who are eligible to get the shingles vaccine have gotten the shingles vaccine, which you really should get, because that one, shingles are so painful, and you can get it when you're 50. And is it a one-time only vaccine?
It's a two-parter.
Right, but you don't have to get it again, right? You don't, or do you?
I think at my age, I'm probably aged out, but I don't know.
I mean, I think it's at 50. You can get it. You get it
and
one.
Then you're set.
It's a two-part shot. You get one shot, and then a few weeks later, you get the second shot. And that's it for life, I think. We were debating that point, too. I wasn't sure if it's every 10 years.
Don't quote me on that.
But they were saying that, or the article today is, that researchers show, and they've sort of stumbled on this, a reduction in people getting dementia after having their shingles vaccine. So it really helps. That's a really cool thing. I mean, that's a good discovery that they've made. Ryan, you want to comment on emails? Gen Z knows how old you are based on your email address. Go ahead.
Well, just as a teacher, sometimes when these parents, when they fill out like the questionnaires where you're supposed to contact them, and they have emails like Bootylicious69 and Sexy Mama 420 and all that. It's like, why haven't you changed that at some point when you've got a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old, and that's what parents type into or teachers type into an email.
That's even better. You really do need to.
Sexy Mama 69, are you here? Hi, Carol.
Yeah, I think it's about time to change.
We need to talk about Tristan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Poon Hunter 27.
Is there a Poon Hunter 27?
Who is Fart Knocker? Fart Knocker.
Here's another America Inside the Numbers, health related as well. I don't like that term Chris Demm just used, as you know, the word for passing gas. And it's about time for me to get another letter about, that all it says on it is that 4-letter F word that I like. The study has shown that more people have gas on airplanes than they do on the ground. It really is a true thing. You're nodding your head. You think that's true?
Yeah, I notice it when I'm up there.
Well, you're pressurized.
That's it. Because of the atmospheric pressure, 14 pounds per square inch, most people will pass gas about 12 times a day. But when you're pressurized in the plane cabin, that goes up by 3 times. So you might do it 12 times on a short flight. They're saying that you do have that urge. So they say, do not eat a lot of carbs, do not eat a lot of fiber, or do not eat or drink like sodas before you get on the plane.
Come on, we're Americans.
That is what we eat. Those things
French
are
fries and a Coke
before we get on the plane. They do say, however, that the air is filtered so well in a plane that you basically can just toot away and it will be
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah, I lay down nukes, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm super self-conscious about it, especially on airplanes. They would have thought they were leaking oil.
And you can't really light a match, can you?
No, you can't.
Right.
You can't get rid of it.
Right. They say best thing to have before you get on a plane, white rice. One serving of white rice without soy sauce.
Must be why there's such a long line at the white rice store in the
Japanese,
concourse.
The Japanese restaurants in the
Dry white rice, please.
Dry white rice is the only thing you should have. Or a banana. You could have a banana, but nothing more. Because once you start putting bubbles in there, it gets even worse. You do think that the odor is bad when you're on a plane? You say...
I just know mine. I know what I'm capable of, so I just choose not to fart. I hold it in.
For the whole flight?
Yeah.
Even when you're going to, like, St. Louis for a baseball game?
Yeah.
Well, you can go to the restroom and you can go to the lavatory.
I don't get up on the plane.
Really?
Yeah.
Regardless?
Why?
I just don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I like to sit in my seat and not move.
Turbulence?
Are you a raw dogger?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, not a raw dogger.
No.
I will watch a movie or something, but turbulence, I'm sitting down. I stay buckled the whole time. I don't use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Is it because you don't want to inconvenience anyone stepping over them?
Yeah, because I'm a window guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to step over anybody, make them get up. So I just go to the bathroom before and just stay in my seat.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do you eat, and if it's a longer flight, do you consume anything?
If they offer like a drink, I'll get like a little cup of soda or something and some cookies, but that's it.
White rice. It's the only way to
They
go.
don't offer that on
Do you
American.
have any white rice? We have biscotti.
That's good. Those little cookies I love.
They're dip them in coffee. They are incredible.
Those little... Is it Biscoff?
Biscoff, yeah.
So good.
I think I saw them on the cookie aisle.
Yeah.
At a grocery
I've
store.
seen
They're
them too.
there.
You can get like 50
They've
of
got
them.
stuffed ones too with like vanilla and chocolate.
Leave it to
so
the big
good.
food. The big foodie knows this.
Who are we
I'm
talking
aware
to?
this is my area, man.
Look who we're talking here to today.